Cause J-Main got that. I'm taking the FYB out my name on phone number. Let's be moving wacky as hell. First of all, I got some real going on right now on phone number.
I'm a threat. So if I'm a threat, my boy J-Main the threat. Feel like he ain't gotta keep going back and forth with none of you Ante, Coon, none of you buffoons born in June, boy.
Show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, Public Enemy number 1, aka FYB J-Main, had pretty much been the topic of discussion for the past week, where almost everybody that's been affiliated with him or someone he's affiliated with has had something to say about him and his choice to pretty much get out of the gang he's been repping for all these years. For y'all that don't know, FYB J-Main called himself telling the world that he's taken FYB out of his name and would no longer like to be referred to as FYB J-Main. He would prefer you acknowledge him as J-Main or the Whoop Man going forward. Now, of course, his other affiliates who also rep FYB had something to say pertaining to the switch and accused J-Main of moving funny with them ever since he called himself linking up with Lil Durk, and Lil Durk putting his name in a song that he had with YTB Fat called Conspiracy Volume 2. But in fact, J-Main stated during the live he did addressing all the slander that it's not him that's been acting funny. In fact, it's them that's been acting funny since Lil Durk mentioned his name and they decided to push peace together. Now it's ironic because never in my life did I think I see a time where someone who's considered an op could break apart a whole crew that's his ops, but here we go. Now J-Main also stated that his decision to drop the FYB at first wasn't about anything personal. He just wanted to take the FYB out of his name based on what it stood for and him trying to further his brand. For y'all that don't know, FYB is an acronym for F your B word. J-Main stated that he's getting too old to be having that as his name, and like I stated in the last video, J-Main has a daughter. So imagine having to explain to your own daughter what FYB actually stands for when she asks you. It's kind of weird. So from that perspective, I understand it. On top of his explanation, J-Main states that he got too much going on to allow them to make him look bad, knowing he got a lot of things going on behind the scenes that he's trying to accomplish. One of those things happened to be pushing peace. J-Main claims he can't be pushing peace, but then people he's affiliated is saying that they're not pushing peace.
Everybody who been watching this peace movement, y'all know I got some real going on right now. So on phone number, if you getting on these platforms, if you still trying to be cool and fit in with the rest of my under the, yeah, I ain't pushing no peace, I don't know what folks on phone number, you not FYB. You not with me, gang.
Basically, it's a bad look, and it's just one big contradiction. And I must agree. So at the end of the day, y'all know what they always say. Everybody's not going to be able to go with you to the next level, and at some point, you must separate yourself from friends, and sometimes even family, because they're the ones that's holding you back, and you may never even know. Or because you're trying to do the right thing or what you think is the right thing, and bring everybody with you. Now, during this whole situation, you had guys responding such as Billionaire Black, King Yella, FBG Butter, FYB D Rose, FYB Monte, and the latest person has been Spyda D. Spyda actually made a good point as he responded to what J-Main said about his fans hyping up the beef and everything that's been currently going on, and he pretty much stated that J-Main is the reason the quote-unquote beef is going on, but somehow he's trying to play victim and blame his fans. Meanwhile, the fans aren't doing anything except reacting to what these guys are putting out there, for the world to see. And see, that's the part I hate. It reminds me of guys that get on the internet, post a bunch of incriminating things that they shouldn't be posting, go live telling their business, but then turn around and tell people that the bloggers are the ones that snitching. It makes no sense. Now, if you never posted anything, then the quote-unquote bloggers wouldn't have anything to quote-unquote blog about. But at the end of the day, it all starts with you. But anyway, let's get into what FYB J-Man had to say, followed by Spyda D responding to it, as FYB J-Man would take to his IG story, and he would say, quote, "I wish fans ain't hype up beef so much. Whoop man." Now, as much as I've backed J-Man up about what's been going on lately, I can't back him up on this one because it's blasphemy. But let's get into what Spyda D had to say before we elaborate on it. Now, Spyda D will respond to what J-Man posted about his supporters, and he would take to his IG story to say, quote, "You can't sit up and make a statement like this when you giving the fans the ammunition to hype this ish up. For example, why go live so the world can see y'all argue when y'all homies and clearly got each other number? 100 and thumbs down emoji. All this ish for the internet." Then he would take to his next story and he would say, quote, "That pushing peace ish would never be real to me. 100 emoji. These N-words not pushing peace for real. Not using the internet. If Marv was really pushing peace, Marv would have real meetings and private sit downs. Really come to an understanding, then show the world that it's really happening. These N-words trying to make platforms for income, using this ish. Y'all letting an N-word from Zion say he pushing peace for Chicago. Thumbs down emoji, yeah, right." Now it's interesting when he says somebody from Zion, because I guess he's being funny, but as y'all know, a lot of people in the beginning, when J-Man linked up with Tay Savage, that him linking up with any of the ops really isn't doing anything because he wasn't that involved like other key players. Therefore, him linking up with any of the ops really isn't that much impactful. And most people was pointing out, and we did as well, Mimo 600 and JHE Ruger. They said they was going to sit down and, come to an understanding and show the world, but we haven't really seen that play out. But I guess they have spoken on behind the scenes. But to see those two come and sit down, that's actually a good link up, for the simple fact that they already had beef with each other. They already dissed each other's own songs. They brothers have history, and if you know the whole thing between they brothers, then you know why that'll be a very, very impactful sitting amongst those two. So I guess that's why Spyda D said what he said, because some people feel that J-Man pushing peace really isn't doing anything because he haven't did anything, allegedly. Alright, so basically Spyda D is convinced that J-Man isn't really trying to push peace like he say he is. However, he's just trying to do whatever's going to bring income. And it's ironic that he said that because King Yella himself said something similar when he reacted to J-Man and the other members of FYB. He stated that when he was pushing peace, he was actually out there in the field and not just on the internet with it, which is where we seen he got into that situation where he got shot, or I think almost got shot or something like that, when he was doing the video shoot. Now he's insinuating that J-Man may be only doing it for social media because he's not out there on land. But if y'all remember, at one point King Yella was right there along with J-Man pushing peace, but also staging fake beefs for attention that he exposed recently.
King Yella, the one that beef with you, fake beef with you. I'll fake beef with this man to run his page up. To help him build his subscribers. They thinking we really tweaking till we really start tweaking.
So if he really felt like that, why didn't he call him out on the way he was pushing peace then? Or just simply told him that he needs to get outside and push peace and not just on social media? I don't know. However, J-Man did kind of lose me when he just blamed the fans for hyping up beef when it's him and his guys that started the quote-unquote beef in the first place. If they weren't on social media doing what they're doing, it wouldn't be no beef for the fans to hype up in the first place. So I don't get where he's going with it, but I still do agree with him trying to evolve and take FYB out his name because of that. But like Spyda D said, and we mentioned in the last video, all these guys know each other and are affiliated somehow, some way. They really didn't want the world in their business. They could have simply called each other and handled this privately and not for the world to see, where everyone could throw their 2 cents in and have an opinion. As y'all know, social media oftenly does. Now, another thing that's kind of weird to me is this. Whether he takes FYB out of his name or not, What these guys gotta understand is J-Mane is known as FYB J-Mane. Even if he tried to take FYB out of his name, people are still gonna call him FYB J-Mane. So there's no need to trip. As y'all remember, FBG Butter called himself taking the FBG out of his name, whereas people still was calling him FBG Butter. It's like he can't escape it. It got so bad that I guess he just resorted back to being called FBG Butter, because that's when he went back to uploading his videos as FBG Butter and just carrying on as FBG Butter. You know, he's still doing interviews, still uploading videos, and it still has FBG Butter in the title. You know, it's certain names that just gonna bring certain clout and attention, so I doubt he's just gonna try to shy away from that as now, and plus, that's what people know him as. So whether they try to take whatever out their name, the same goes for FYB J-Mane. Whether he try to call himself Whoop Man or J-Mane, whatever it is, the fans and supporters and people are still gonna call him FYB J-Mane regardless. So I don't even know why the other guy's tripping. Alright, y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out.